Want to 10x your growth? Discover how only 3 growth hacks in 10 days can change everything. Welcome to the 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge with your host, Nader Sabri. Today we're here with Kostas, shaking things up with his company called Smart Tender. Focused on the energy industry, he removes complexity out of the procurement process using artificial intelligence. He's taking this to the next level with 3 foundational growth hacks. Today we're here on hack number 3. To know more about Kostas before we move on, you can click below. And if you want to know more about his story and the background to what Smart Tender is all about, you can head over to the kickoff video. Before we get started, for those tuning in, if you want to do what we're doing here, it is based on the growth thinking methodology. Costa, welcome aboard on hack number 3. How you doing?
Hi, Nadir. Good morning. All good here. What about you?
Good, good. Every day is growth, man. Every day is growth. Awesome. Tell me, before we get started on hack number 3, tell me about hack number 1 and 2, if there has been any additional signals and results over the last few days.
Yeah, so as we discussed during the call number 2, the hack number 2, I keep going with the hack 1 and 2. It was about, first of all, the calculator, the ROI calculator. So a way to understand the benefit of Smart Tender compared to cost and rewards. And the second one was about the funneling of projects. So the siphoning of it, getting information and providing some information throughout our portal to our clients. So we are keeping going with those hack 1 and 2. We got further signaling, and what we saw the most is the willingness to try something. So the ROI calculator, which is an easy tool to put a few numbers there, how many RFQ you actually, or tenders that you actually handle per month, your margin on top of the bid. So having some parameter that you can play with in the evaluator is giving a very good signaling. People want to.
So has your signal increased? Like, I know you ran the first experiment. I think you had 5,500 impressions with I think a click-through rate of almost 2%, if I remember correctly. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And as you've continued, has that increased, decreased, stayed steady? Where's that number gone?
It's steady. So it's, let's say, it's a signal on the signal. Because also we tried end of the week, start of the week. We need also to understand where we are in the quarter. So we need to keep going as well, because sometimes budget season. So we need to see throughout the years, throughout the year also. But stable signaling, positive. We will keep going with it.
Awesome. Signal, okay, and hack number 2. So you continued, right, with running it. Did the signal increase, decrease, or stay steady?
So it seems from our preliminary signaling, this is a nice to have for our clients. So they already, especially in the energy, because now we are speaking about the energy, oil and energy industry. It seems they have those information. And if we can provide something on top of it, that would be more beneficial. So what I would like to say with this is, again, they have the database. They use data intelligence to know this project. If it's like at this stage, if I can be an agent improving the hit rate for them, that's where they want to be. Having information, again, is a nice to have, and we would like to use it at the end of the process, so we can have a bit of flavor in the sequence of the growth hacking. And I will tell a bit more when we speak about hack number 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was going to say that because I think once you explain the audience, and just to recap for everyone tuning in, hack number 1 was essentially a calculator, which is a lead generation tool, giving a direct ROI using AI based on the tenders in the energy industry. Hack number 2 was basically having a database of projects, of procurement contracts that people can tap into that may have not tapped into or trying to tap into better. As a hook to get them in and then get the process started. That's hack 1 and 2. Today we're hack number 3. I'll let, of course, Costa talk about that, and then we'll talk about how the 3 connect, because the 3 connect in a very interesting way. And there's a story behind how these 3 connected, from when we assumed how they would work to how they were tested and where we've decided to go. And I think that's really important. We'll close with that, but let's dig into hack number 3. Tell us what it is, how it worked, and what the signals look like.
So hack number 3, it was about a product. So we called the product instant proposal generator, because one of the things that our clients obviously they need to provide to their end user, to their clients, is a proposal. A proposal, what it is, in a simple words, is a sequence of goods that they have to provide with technical requirement, with the price. Now, this process of creating a proposal is also time-consuming, difficult, and can lead to costly mistakes. So what we put out there is this tool, which is called IPG, Instant Proposal Generator. How we search for signaling. We did a landing page connected to SmartTender through our CRM, which is HubSpot. So we did the landing page. We put a value proposition there. We put the title, which is IPG, and then we promoted the website through, again, LinkedIn campaign on our customer base, so on our followers on our page, and also some additional advertising on the general public. So then I'll tell a bit on the signaling first. Signaling very positive. On the organic side is more than 4%. When I say organic, it's people that are already following us.
So 4%. So 4% response rate on organic.
On the organic, yes.
Pretty good.
So
okay, perfect. Okay.
On the sponsored one, we are again about, because we tried in different days, we are at 1.5, 2%. So it's again, it's something that which we can compare to the more and comparable with the ROI calculator. So this is the first signal that we want to use. People, they want to use it. And on top of this, we spoke to our existing clients, and it's something that we were already speaking with them, actually. So it's additional signaling that this is a very interesting feature. So you can actually put all the documents in, you click generate proposal, and you have instantly a proposal that you can submit to your clients.
Yep, exactly. I think also for background for the audience, I think how this came about was while we were doing our discovery call, Costa was talking about some of the challenges, and he had pointed out that, customers kind of kept complaining. Actually, by the way, and that's an important thing. Customer complaints aren't necessarily a negative thing. They're actually signaling you where to go next. They're actually telling you like what they want by complaining. So you have to look at it from a different way. And in this particular case, they're talking about, well, why don't you just finish the whole proposal for us using AI? And we discussed how to do that. And I think like that's the last mile or the last, millimeter of value that can make the whole thing extremely more valuable, because after putting all that work in and using all the artificial intelligence, why don't you just generate the proposal? And I think that this is going to be your star feature. I think this is going to be the hook that closes your future customers, including existing customers. I know the signals are there, they're healthy. And I anticipate your signals will get better. And you'll learn how to communicate the AI proposal. And one of the things I suggest is like, these guys know how long and how much time it takes to do a proposal. So let's say it takes them 30 days and it would cost them $50,000 to put that proposal together. You tell them, don't spend 30 days or $50,000 as part of your, whatever your package costs. Within 30 seconds, you'll get what would be done in 30 days. Right. Instantaneously, as you put the name, I like the name that you used, and with still controllability, meaning it's not stuck in stone, that you still have the ability to adjust, you have the ability to create templates, you have the ability to, how to improve. So you still got the controls, you don't lose control, but we've just saved you 30 days of putting the proposal together in 30 seconds, which would cost you $50,000 of time included in your package. When recommunicating value like that, I think like with these guys, especially with this particular audience who are very ROI driven, will completely get it. They're like, man, you just made me look like a superstar, like literally. If 30 seconds versus 30 days is a big thing. How do you decide to use that extra time is up to them, right? Yeah. But anyways, okay, that's awesome, man. Keep going.
Yeah. There are some additional as well, like benefit. If I can just add a few words on this, for sure is time. You can reduce the time of the proposal, and your clients usually they put a due date. So due date means that you need to propose you need to prepare a proposal within 2 weeks. So now if you take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you're not going to be considered, most probably. Yep. So having a proposal quick in, it means that you open the door for your clients before the young competition, and you have more chance to win.
There you go. again, urgency, but this is a good form of urgency, literally just pointing out like, hey, listen, you've got a countdown. In fact, you should create a countdown inside your dashboard. I don't know if you do that, but using like a countdown saying, hey, you've got X amount of time, and then giving them tips and tricks or tools internally, like, hey, here's what you should do next to speed this up. So it's a navigational hack to how to use your product even better. Or you might notice within the cycle, they're taking more time than usual on one particular part. How do you speed that up? These are things I would look at though later on. I don't think they're maker or breaker kind of things. I think they're just enhancements to the experience as you just get deeper into it. That I think later on you can look at that. Yeah. Okay. Well, is that it for hack 3?
Yeah, that's it for hack 3. Yeah.
So explain to us where we started, what happened, and where you're going when it comes to the sequence of the hacks. Explain just the sequence of hacks we had and why, what happened when we did it, and where you're going next. This is a very important transition for people to understand and why that happened.
Yeah. So the beauty of those these three growth hacking exercise, it is that we saw a compounding effect and the way to integrate each other. So what I want to say with this, we saw what's the biggest hook or to grab the attention of our qualified leads, which is the ROI calculator. Because what we saw that actually our users, which are ROI driven, because again, those are big bids, multi-millionaire bids, a lot of cost constraint and a lot of margin erosion. So it's an ROI-driven industry. So they want to have a quick, easy tool that they can go there, they can put few numbers and understand what's going on using us or not using us. So that's the biggest hook. So we saw there an opportunity to grab attention on the emotional level with the ROI. Now, when they land on the ROI page, is there that where we want to put the IPG, the instant proposal generator. So it's a way of funneling attention. So now when you have that ROI evaluated, calculated, now I'm going to bring you to the page of having more information about the instant proposal generator. So that's the funneling. And then third, when they are on this new value proposition, on this new product of the instant proposal generator, giving an additional benefit, which is join us now and we will provide the three top Saudi project or GCC projects currently active. So we give them an additional benefit to join immediately Smart Tender because they saw the value, they saw the chain, and we are providing an additional.
I have a quick question for you. Is it possible to recycle a tender and reapply to another one, even if it's not identical but similar? Is that possible?
Some information of the tender, yes, and this is what actually we are already doing with our evaluate. So what I mean by that, if you work, for example, for I don't know if this is the question. I'm just if there are information, for example, for Aramco or for ADNOC or ENI, okay, and you already bid in the past for those, I'm gonna take those information from the past and put you in the new proposal. So all clarification.
So what I was thinking as a next level growth hack for the last one is that let's say you have like 20 projects in your database at the moment, right? And let's say 50% of them, you already have 80-90% of the information from recycled from existing information, meaning I only need to do another 10-20% work to bid at another 3-4 possible existing bids. Now, we know that they're not identical, or they could be similar but not identical. And so that what that does is it allows your client to multiply their effort to generate more revenue with the same effort that was originally used. Hence, because your model is charging every time they actually would apply for another one, and you making it easier, what you're doing is you're creating almost like bonus revenue for these guys, right? And maybe this is the way that we should relook at the projects. You have two ways of looking at the project. One is at the beginning to attract them in. And once they're inside, it's smart projects, right? Like basically we will match and rematch, meaning match is at the beginning and rematch is once you enter and you've actually run a bid, whatever it is, we will have a rematching engine. A rematching engine is like you have, 50% of these projects, you can do 80% of the work is already done. You only need to do another 20%. Start the bid now. You see what I mean? So this might be a way of stimulating sort of retention revenue rather than acquisition revenue. But just a thought for you to think about, not to confuse more than what, beyond what we've done, because you've done a great job so far. But one of just the thoughts to look at one of your next experiments. Yeah. So document your experiments in here, because you got like a few coming out now on Beyond the Challenge. Awesome. Okay, awesome. So Costa has successfully kind of reconfigured. That's one of the things about the challenge. It's not set in stone, it's flexible, but what he's successfully done is he's reconfigured 3 times. We started where we thought it was. He did the experiments. During the experiments, he kind of flipped the order. And then when he came to the end, they figured out the order was completely different, but they all connect. And I think that's really, really important. So good on you. That's hack number 3. To know more about Costa and Smart Tenders, you can click below. If you want to know more about their story and what's behind what they do, head over to the kickoff video as we tune up. For those who want to do what we do here, here's your solution, the growth thinking design methodology. Costa, we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you, Andy. Bye. Have a good day.